not that long ago before we come on,
Yeah.
it was confirmed that Rangers season ticket holders are facing a little bit more upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk us through it?
Yeah, well, there was a raft of live fixtures announced, but actually this morning, Keith, on the Record Sport website, we actually broke this story. My colleague Ross Pilcher had said there was a bit of the SPFL had a bit of a headache with this game. Rangers St Johnstone on October the 6th. Of course, Rangers playing the Europa League against Lyon a few days earlier. The game, therefore, has to go from the Saturday to the Sunday. But the Great Scottish Run taking place on the Sunday, which was causing a problem because obviously policing and traffic and all the logistical issues that would go with it. So the solution, as we wrote this morning, was going to be 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock. It's turned out they've gone for 8 o'clock. So fans inconvenienced again. Away fans as well, of course. I mean, we'll talk about the Rangers.
Right, St Johnstone fans facing what, getting back at midnight?
Sunday, getting back at midnight. Of course, you've got all the issues with Sunday service and travel. So the St Johnstone fans are being put out. But I mean, if you're a Rangers season ticket holder, I mean, this season,
at the end of your
it's been a nightmare between going to Hampden.
See, the thing is with that, what happened to the SPFL supercomputer? The one that sorts everything out. You'd think a red flag might have come up.
That's one of the things. I mean, they put all these things into the system, don't they? It's like, you can't have a game on that day and these teams can't be at home. Surely you go to Glasgow City Council before you're doing this. What events have you got on in the Glasgow area that might cause us problems? And we say, well, we've got the Great Scottish Run, that might cause you a few issues. And of course, the Great Scottish Run is on the Sunday. Only Rangers out of the two Old Firm clubs could have possibly played on the Sunday because they were in Champions League qualifiers. If they dropped out, which we all know was a distinct possibility, then they would go into Europa League, which involved Thursday games.
It's all if, buts and maybe.
Yes.
But let me add another if, but, or maybe. Mm-hmm. What if the game's not going ahead at Ibrox? Because, and I'll tell you for why, right? And I'm not saying this is what is going to happen, but what I will say is from conversations that I've had earlier today, Hampden is not off the table for that game. That game against St John's, whether or not it goes ahead at Ibrox or at Hampden, is irrelevant. It will be Sunday. An 8 p.m. kick-off on the Sunday night. But as far as I'm led to believe, it is not. There is no concrete commitment yet to that game going ahead at Ibrox. The reason being, I'm told that Rangers have got to accommodate their season ticket holders. The Dundee game, they are going back to Ibrox on the 21st of September for the first time, but that's not in the season book. That's a cup quarter final, and they can play that in front of 3 stands and accommodate who they think needs to be accommodated. If, however, a safety certificate is not passed for the game against Hibs and then subsequent games, be that St Johnstone, whatever other ones, there is this still live possibility the Rangers might be going back to Ibrox for one game and then going back to Hampden. So, I mean, Scott, is that not going to be sort of straw that breaks the camel's back a little bit if that does turn out to be the case? Because there is no commitment right now, and Rangers haven't confirmed that even the Hibs game will go ahead at Ibrox. And that's for obvious reasons. They can't do that until they get the all relevant safety certificate stamped by the City Council.
Well, it could well be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Just listening to you two there, getting over it all. I mean, what an absolute shambles. I mean, without getting over all ground, this obviously goes back to the summer, the start of the season, the renovation works that Rangers were getting done at Ibrox. I mean, the board, listen, we've said it a million times, this should just never have been allowed to happen. This situation should never have been allowed to develop. And I know at the time, Rangers were quick to say, oh, heads have rolled and somebody's lost their job over it. But my God, I mean, I think more than one person should maybe be worried about their job after this.
Well, somebody else